It's almost time for New Japan Pro Wrestling's annual month-long climax to commence. 18 events filled with fierce and frenetic fisting, properly pulsating poundings, satisfying scissoring, submissions, submissives. All kinds of actions are going to lead us fans to constantly climaxing to the point that we're going to be rotating through a whole lot of clothes. We're going to be washing our blankets. We're going to be washing our towels, washing our sheets. Everything's going to be goddamn soaked to the point we're probably going to have to air dry them. And our neighbors are going to be wondering what the hell's going on. And to get through this month-long climax with all this, constantly climaxing action, I mean, seriously, it's going to be goddamn intense to the point that we're all going to be exhausted. We need a few necessities. Energy drinks, obviously, this is a big goddamn deal. And also, we're going to need other fluids, especially fucking fluids for all this goddamn fucking we're going to be doing. And if we don't have a lot of lube, if we don't have an intense amount of lube, we're going to have to get to the point like in Jennifer's Body where we're going to have to sit on a bag of frozen peas for a week. I can't speak from experience, but I'm also saying that I know what it's like. Anyway, I'm John Breton with my New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 31 predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comments, please, provided that extremely gross beginning did not immediately turn you off from the rest of the video. So, I have a few ideas on who I think is going to win this, and I'll go through the matches I'm most looking forward to. So let's go with A Block. Thank you very much, Bobby, for getting that stuck in my head. Seriously, I can't unhear it now. So yes, it's A Block, B Block, and I gotta be honest, even though there are the travel restrictions they have, most of the fields are pretty loaded, and there are a few people that I think could deliver some good matches, and then there's just one freaking anchor on every single block that I can't fucking stand. I wonder if you can guess who they are. So, we go to Kota Ibushi. Now, provided that they don't just screw Kota Ibushi around like they did the last two times that he won the goddamn thing, Kota Ibushi is going to do really goddamn well. We got Shingo Takagi, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He's there. He's obviously going to be a big favorite. We have Tetsuya Naito. Clearly, he's going to be a favorite. Zack Sabre Jr., he's going to deliver great goddamn matches. I don't know why Zack Sabre Jr. is looked down upon by some fans. I mean, maybe it's because they think his style is boring. I don't. I think he's fucking great. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. I am locked in anytime Zack Sabre Jr. wrestles. Tag matches, multi-man matches, it doesn't matter because he's just that great. He's so fun to watch because he knows what the fuck he's doing. And also that great quote, if somebody's getting on a balcony to dive off on you or moonsault you, just move. And that's true. And then we have Sakashitokon. So yeah, you probably can guess who among, the people here I'm not looking forward to seeing. He's not the guy who's an athlete. I hate the freaking gimmick. Toru Yano. I mean, Yano's going to do really well here. I mean, I think he's going to end up surprising a lot of people like he always does. And he's going to end up having a whole lot of, short matches because that's just what Yano does. He will clearly have better matches than he had against Chase Owens, in the MetLife Stadium show. My God, it still haunts me. Make it stop. Tomohiro Ishii. Oh, it's the guy that's just going to try to murder everybody and himself because that's just what Ishii does. Kenta will do pretty well. Tangaloa. Okay, cool. One of the Guerrillas of Destiny. And Yujiro Takahashi is also there. B Block is Hiroshi Tanahashi. He's obviously a favorite. Kazuchika Okada. Gee, you think he's a favorite? Probably. Yoshihashi. Could we get his bow staff in there instead? Because maybe we could have something that's a little less wooden but has a little more personality. Yoshihashi can wrestle, but I'm bored whenever he's there. Hiroki Goto. Obviously, somebody that's going to deliver good matches. Sonata. Man, if Sonata's on, it's going to be really great shit. And then we get Taichi. A motivated Taichi is a dangerous Taichi, to quote Kevin Kelly. Evil. If they keep the Bullet Club bullshit to a minimum, I actually might enjoy watching Evil. Jeff Cobb is going to be a surprise. I think he's going to do pretty well. He will not win it, but he will be in the running. He should be, at least, until about day 12 or 13. Day 12, 13, 14. No, about day 12, I think it'd be fine. Tama Tonga. I think Tama Tonga is going to surprise people. And Chase Owens. Oh boy, great. Chase Owens. Cool. I know what matches I can tune out of because Chase Owens is so fucking boring. So anyway, with the field there, let's talk about the matches I'm looking forward to. And I want to know what matches you're looking forward to. Take a look at the lineups, by the way, and let me know. So anyway, day 1, A Block. Thank you, Bobby, once again. Thank you very much. Shingo Takagi versus Tomohiro Ishii and Naito versus Zack Sabre Jr. Yes, all that in my veins now. Day 2, B Block. Okay, I'm going to stop saying that. Hiroki Goto versus Taichi and Tanahashi versus Okada. On day 2, gasp. Surely you jest. They don't because they announced it. Ibushi versus Ishii. My goodness. Necks are going to explode. Probably their own, and then everybody else's. It's going to be like scanners, but for necks. So, then again, since the head and neck explode, I guess that wouldn't make sense. But Shingo versus ZSJ, that's going to be an interesting clash of styles. I look forward to that. Tanahashi versus Hiroki Goto for day 4. Day 5, Ishii versus Kenta. That could be pretty good if they keep the Bullet Club stuff to a minimum. Shingo versus Naito. LIJ explodes. Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. That could be quite good. They've always delivered really good matches. Goto versus Jeff Cobb on day 6 for B Block. Day 7. And by the way, every time I say B Block, I have to avoid saying Rocksteady because I'm a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. Ishii versus Tangaloa, I think could surprise. And Shingo versus Kenta. Day 8, Cobb versus Tama Tonga could be pretty good. Okada versus Goto. And Tana versus Sonata. And day 9, Ishii versus Zack Sabre Jr. Yes, please, please, please give me that again. Kenta versus Abushi. We're going to get Murder Abushi at least once in this tournament. He's not going to make the finals. We're getting Mutu Ibushi. We're getting Murder Abushi at least once. And then for day 10, Okada versus Sonata. Naito versus Kenta for day 11. Cobb versus Sonata for day 12 is what I'm looking forward to. Day 13. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenta. Naito versus Tomohiro Ishii. And then Tanahashi versus Jeff Cobb for day 14. Day 15, as we turn the page. Naito versus Abushi. That should be goddamn fun. Who hates their neck more? We'll find out. Please stop with the apron bumps already. Goto versus Sonata. Okada versus Tama Tonga. I think it'd be quite good. Ibushi versus Kenta. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tangaloa. And Okada versus Cobb on day 18. Gee, I wonder if you can guess, who I'm not looking forward to seeing in a tournament. So let me just try to predict points here. Chase Owens, I hope, gets no points. I hope he gets no points and doesn't even come close to winning. He'll probably get 2. Tama Tonga, I think he gets 6. Jeff Cobb, I think, is going to get about 12. Evil, I don't see Evil doing more than 8. I really don't. Taichi, I see doing 8 to 10, maybe. And I know I'm probably going to get the point systems wrong because, you got to have some people at the bottom. Sonata, I think, is going to be near the top at about 14. Goto, I hate to say it, probably around 4 points. Yoshihashi, same thing, around 4 points. Okada and Tanahashi. Tana will probably actually be near the bottom. But since he is the IWGP US champion, I want to keep him a little bit strong. But Okada, I think, is going to be near the top. I think it's Okada or Sonata to win this block. Now, Jeff Cobb and Shingo right in the back, I kind of just spoiled it. Jeff Cobb and Shingo right in the back in the finals would be nice, but I think Okada or Sonata will win. B block. And then we go to Yujiro Takahashi. If he ends up with more than 2 points, I'll be shocked. Great-O-Khan shouldn't even be anywhere near a New Japan ring. I think he's probably going to end up getting about 8. They're bound and determined to give him something. Tangaloa, I think 4, 2 or 4. I really don't see him getting much. Kenta, I think he get 12. Ishii, I hate to say it, probably 6 to 8, but he's going to deliver the best performances. Yano, I think will end up with about 10. Zack Sabre Jr., 8 to 10. I wish they had more faith in Zack, because I'd love to see Zack win A block, but he's not going to. Or he's not going to. Nagoya, Japan. No, anyway. Tetsuya Naito will be near the top, but he won't win. Kota Ibushi could win it. I have Shingo winning it. And I have Shingo winning the whole thing. And I know he's a champion. Here's why. And I was talking about this with a buddy of mine. It's entirely possible Okada could win. He's a safe bet every time. You could have Kota win it again, but he's already won twice, and they fucked all that stuff up. You could have Naito win, and you could challenge Shingo. I think what's going to happen is because of what they did at New Japan Resurgence, I believe. Yeah, that was the one. So a lot of these events blend together. And Will Ospreay, saying he's the real champion. They're going to try to do a unification thing, and they're going to have Shingo versus Ospreay. Shingo's going to win. He's going to choose Ospreay. Let's decide who the real champion is. Because they're doing 3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom, and soon it's going to be what week is Wrestle Kingdom. So I think that's what they're going to do. Now, they could honestly give it to anybody, else that is good. But there's really only a few that, could win. Like Kota, Shingo, or Naito could win B block. And then Okada or Sonata could win B block. So A block, B block, and stuff like that. I probably screwed that up. But the whole point is I think Shingo is going to win, and then he's going to challenge Will Ospreay. For the love of God, let Shingo win. You don't need to have Ospreay be your world champion because, injury aside or not, I don't think it worked. And now he's trying too hard to be a heel. I mean, he's kind of an unlikable douche outside the ring. But his star is kind of just there now. There are some people that are Ospreay fans, and if you are, that is totally fine. But I think they're going with the scenario Shingo versus Ospreay. So those are my predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.